Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this PowerPoint. I'm Dr. Mark Smith, co-creator and founder of TAO Holistic Pet Products. And what I'm trying to get across to you today is I'm going to give you a brief, quick, down and dirty overview of the TAO food and treats so that you can learn a little bit about them and you can learn about the benefits of Eastern food therapy in pets. So hang with me and let's get going. All right, so the differentiating feature of what we do is we combine Eastern food therapy with Western Nutritional Science. Western Nutritional Science is all the streamlined basic things you hear about: proteins, carbohydrates, fats. Eastern food therapy, on the other hand, is one of the 5 branches of what we call Eastern medicine, or sometimes it's referred to as TCVM. So we combine Eastern food therapy with Western nutritional science. TAO brings balance to your pet's life through diet. You'll learn more about that as we go through this brief course. One other thing real quickly is each ingredient in our diets is chosen for a specific reason, and it's according to the energetic. So Eastern food therapy deals with energies that occur in the naturally occurring world. Each ingredient is chosen for a specific reason, not just to fill the ingredient panel. So we have a line of diets called the harmony diets, and the word harmony denotes balance. And if you look at the yin-yang structure, that structure denotes balance between things that occur in the universe. And the TAO harmony diets are what we call neutral diets. They're neutral energetically. So they meet the demands and the needs of the pet from the Western perspective as far as protein, fat, carbohydrate, vitamin, minerals, and all those things we're used to. But the ingredients are chosen because overall the ingredient structure will produce a neutral food according to Eastern food therapy. So, any harmony food, as I mentioned before, is neutral. So any dog that acts what you would consider to be normal is a dog that's more than likely balanced energetically. Now realize that energetic balance can change. It's a dynamic process. It can change minute to minute, day to day, hour to hour, whatever. So an example would be, if you don't drink water for a day, okay, your mouth gets dry. Your energetic balance has changed. And that's a dynamic process that's occurring all the time. It's kind of like 2 kids on a seesaw struggling for balance. The lemon ingredient formula, that is also a harmony diet, okay? And when we talk about limited ingredient, as most of you are aware, that does denote, and it does mean that there's only one protein source. Our solution diets. So we have a harmony line and we have a solution line. The solution lines are for dogs that are not in balance, okay? And what that means is dogs show one of 3 imbalances. They're either hot, they're either cold, or they're either dried out. So the hot dog may come in and he's panting real hard. He may come in and he's got dry skin, he's got cracked hoof pads, he has a real red tongue. You see it all the time. That dog is hot. And so to denote balance, we feed that particular animal cooling ingredients provided by the chill diet. That's just one quick example. The first one we're going to talk about is the Blaze. So this is the Solution Blaze diet. Blaze, as you can probably imagine, Blaze has warming ingredients. So a great example to think about a dog that this would work for is a dog that can't get up, or he's been asleep and he can't get up. Think of your grandpa when he tried to get out of bed in the morning and his back was humped over. And as he warmed up, his back straightened up. Okay? So that particular animal or your grandfather, he had arthritis, and that arthritis improved as you warmed him up. And that's exactly what this food does because it has warming ingredients. We discussed the chill diet. It's a solution diet. So if a dog comes in and has a real red tongue or paces and pants at night or drinks water all the time to try to cool down, they need cooling ingredients. That's what the chill diet's for. And the last diet's a little more problematic and a little more difficult to understand. But it's the best way to think of it is it's for animals that are really dried out. Okay, it's kind of like the way you may feel in the winter when your skin gets real dry and your lips get chapped and all that. Well, our dogs do that too, and they get dandruff, they get ear problems. They're just dried out. Their coats don't look good, and that's what the Zing diet's for. The Zing diet in Eastern medicine is a blood tonic. That means it nourishes the blood, so it provides moisture to the animal when they're dried out. Just think of yourself in a cold climate in the fall. Your skin kind of itches, it just gets a little bit dry. The treats, these are really good, these treats. They're my favorite thing, and I use them all the time in practice. These support energetic balance and overall harmony. And you got to understand that when an animal has a deficiency of an organ system, for instance, they have heart disease, one Eastern principle is, I apologize for that phone, one Eastern principle is that you eat what you're deficient in. Because if the organ is not functioning properly, then there's an energetic deficiency. And so you want to replace that. And one way to do it is to eat and consume through your diet organs that may be deficient. And if you look at our portfolio of products, you will see, with the exception of salmon, that all of them correspond to one of the main organs that we see in pets that succumb to problems and energetic problems and deficiency. So we came up with this philosophy of how to feed these pets based on the 5-element theory, which is an older philosophy of how you should eat. Nowadays, you'll hear a lot of people say, oh, rotate protein sources. And that's good, but you can get a little bit more specific if that pet has a problem. This is our liver treat, okay? On the left, you can see these are the indications to feed it. I've done this in my practice probably 500 times. And I can tell you, these things are beneficial. So if an animal has high liver enzymes, if they're nervous at night, if they have emotional issues, if they pan at night, if they have dandruff, any of those animals can benefit from the liver treat. The most common thing is people will come in and say, hey, my dog's got high liver enzymes, what can I give him? Well, this is something you need to be recommending. Likewise, heart disease, same thing. A lot of little dogs get heart problems. They get bad teeth, they get heart problems when they get older. So those dogs can benefit from a heart treat. Now, some of the other indications listed delve a little bit deeper into Eastern medicine, and you can read more about some of the books I've written and published on our website. Actually, they're free to download. It's really interesting if you're a dog person or a pet person and you want to learn more. It's really interesting and cool. It'll be hard to understand. I mean, it's taken me 10 years to understand a lot of this stuff, but it just gives you a different perspective. Like I said earlier, well, that's the spleen treat. So the spleen treat, in Eastern medicine, the spleen corresponds to the stomach and the digestive tract. So any animal that has diarrhea, vomiting, the spleen treat's indicated. The lung treat, if the dog has bronchitis, if it has allergies, if it coughs, any of those things, the lung treat helps to supply the energy back to the ailing lung organ. Kidney treat's my all-time favorite, and the reason why is, and this is one thing you need to know, in Eastern medicine, the kidney is responsible for not only the kidney and water regulation, but also bone and arthritis. So as an animal ages, what happens to them? They get arthritis and they have trouble peeing. Most of them do it. A lot of cats do it. So this treat supplies the energetic or helps to replenish the lost energy of the kidney. Another thing to know is that all of these animals, as they age, the essence or the kidney energy is lost. That's a normal, in Western medicine, we would say it's aging. In Eastern medicine, they say kidney energy is deficient. It's a normal aging process. And the last one's the salmon treat. The salmon treat kind of falls out of the boundary of this 5-element philosophy. But we've included the salmon treat because, you know, it has fish oil, and people, or you probably sell that and use that every day in your settings right now. Fish oil helps with inflammatory disease and cognitive decline and anything that really can benefit from a low-grade anti-inflammatory. So these two flow charts, I think they're pretty good and pretty explanatory. Help you make the decision about what diet is best for a certain pet. The one on the left is, these are the feeding suggestions for finding harmony. Harmony is balance, both energetic balance and balance from a Western nutritional standpoint. And so you can follow that down and you can ask yourself the question, does your dog do this, 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 and then this is the solution. The treat wheel on the right is the same thing. It takes the 6 treats and it kind of gives you an idea of if your pet or dog is experiencing these issues, then this is the right treat. So what do you do if your pet or patient or dog has no problems? Well, then you rotate the treats and you feed a harmony diet, because in effect, that animal already is in energetic balance. And if you feed a diet that pushes him one way or the other, or you feed the same treat over time, you will in effect be pushing him out of energetic balance through the diet, something you don't want to do. So I hope that helps. That's a brief introduction. Our products are unique. They help a lot of pets. If you ever need any help, you can send us an email. We have tons of resources on our website, both video and downloadable books. We also have educational courses. And if you ever need anything, we'll be right by your side the whole way to educate you and help you so that you can learn about the benefits of Eastern medicine for pets. So thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Dr. Mark Smith. And if you ever have a question for me, email me. I'll do the best I can to answer it. So thank you.